Stephen Caple Jr., the director of Transformers Rise of the Beasts, has exciting and ambitious intentions for Transformers 8 after introducing a crossover twist in the latest movie. In this video, we look at the exciting developments in the Transformers franchise. Stephen Caple Jr. is teasing big plans for Transformers 8 after the massive crossover twist in the latest film. What can we expect from a Transformers Rise of the Beasts sequel? Who are all the robots in disguise featured in the movie? And lastly, we discuss how Transformers Rise of the Beasts sets the stage for future films. What other thrilling adventures await us in this expanding universe? Noah Diaz, played by Anthony Ramos, is approached near the end of Transformers Rise of the Beasts by Agent Burke, played by Michael Kelly, an enigmatic government operative who is aware of Noah's involvement with the Transformers. The revelation comes as Agent Burke discloses his affiliation with G.I. Joe, hinting at an exciting possibility of a crossover between the G.I. Joes and Transformers in upcoming installments. Caple Jr. revealed to Entertainment Weekly that the Transformers Rise of the Beasts sequel will be substantially larger. He specifically hints at the film, which is likely to be a Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover by exploring other worlds with various forms of Transformers. Take a look at what Caple Jr. had to say. "There's a big mission at hand. I think it's really cool that there are other planets out there with Transformers. It's one of the reasons why I introduced the Maximals that way in the beginning of our film. I was pulling from these Japanese cartoons where there's Transformers on every other planet. I just feel like we've been on Earth for a very long time, so there might be something interesting to explore there, maybe taking this war and battle somewhere else." But before we get into Transformers 8, let's look at who are all the robots in disguise in Transformers Rise of the Beasts, or are there any plans to come for the next installments? And yes, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Let's find out. First of all, the Autobots. In Transformers Rise of the Beasts, the heroic Autobots led by Optimus Prime continue their mission to protect Earth from a new threat, the planet-devouring Transformer named Unicron. The film deviates from the classic rivalry with the Decepticons and instead focuses on the Autobots' struggle against this cosmic menace. After being sent to Earth in the 1980s, the Autobots find themselves stranded on the planet for 7 years before facing the formidable Unicron to safeguard humanity. In Transformers Rise of the Beasts, Optimus Prime and Bumblebee are joined by two new Autobots, RZ, voiced by Lisa Koshy, and Mirage, voiced by Pete Davidson. RC, who transforms into a motorcycle, had a brief cameo in Bumblebee and appeared in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen during the Michael Bay era. Mirage, on the other hand, takes the form of a Porsche and previously appeared in Transformers Dark of the Moon. As the movie progresses, the Autobots receive additional support from two more members. Stratosphere, voiced by John DiMaggio, transforms into a carrier plane, assisting the Autobots in their global travels. Wheeljack, voiced by Cristo Fernandez, takes the shape of a van and spreads peace and love wherever he goes. Rise of the Beasts marks the first cinematic adventure for Stratosphere, while Wheeljack had a cameo in Bumblebee. Next, the Unicron and Terrorcons. In Transformers Rise of the Beasts, the Decepticons are absent, but Optimus Prime and the Autobots face a new threat with the arrival of the Terrorcons. These elite warriors are under the control of Unicron, a powerful Transformer often referred to as a dark god. Unicron's insatiable hunger drives him to devour planets rich in Energon to sustain himself. To travel and find new targets, Unicron requires the Transwarp Key, an artifact capable of creating portals in space and time. Unicron's formidable ability to corrupt other Transformers' souls allows him to keep the Terrorcons under his control. Scourge, voiced by Peter Dinklage, leads the Terrorcons in their quest for the Transwarp Key. He is a ruthless warrior who collects trophies from his victims and adds them to his armor. Accompanying him are Nightbird, voiced by MJ Rodriguez, a ninja-like Transformer with dual swords and the ability to transform into a jet plane, and Battletrap, voiced by David Sovolov, who disguises himself as a construction vehicle and uses heavy weights to overpower his foes. And last are the Maximals. In this movie, a new faction called the Maximals is introduced. These Transformers come from a distant planet and take the form of giant metallic animals since their homeworld lacks vehicles. The Maximals, initially joined by Ape-Link, joined forces with the Autobots to protect the universe from the planet-devouring Transformer known as Unicron. During their mission, Ape-Link sacrifices himself to delay Unicron's henchman, Scourge, while the Maximals hide the Transwarp Key, a powerful artifact, to keep it out of Unicron's hands. After Ape-Link's sacrifice, the Maximals are led by Optimus Primal, who resembles a gorilla. When they arrive on Earth, the Maximals split the Transwarp Key in two and hide each half in different corners of the planet. Airraiser, a giant eagle-like Maximal, takes one half to Sudan, while Optimus Primal keeps the other half in Peru. These events occurred thousands of years before the main storyline of Rise of the Beasts. In the present day, the Autobots encounter Optimus Prime living in the jungle with two other Maximals, Cheetor, a cheetah-based Maximal, and Rhinox, a rhinoceros-based Maximal. Together, they play a crucial role in the battle against Unicron and his menacing Terrorcons. So with that, what do we expect from the Transformers Rise of the Beasts sequel? Stephen Caple Jr., the director of Transformers Rise of the Beasts, has dropped hints suggesting that the sequel will maintain a strong emphasis on the Transformers franchise. Despite the inclusion of G.I. Joe in the crossover, the movie is expected to serve as a genuine continuation of the Rise of the Beasts storyline. By shifting the focus away from Earth, the film aims to showcase the immense scale and magnitude of the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover, promising an epic and expansive cinematic experience. Given the setup of Unicron as the next major Transformers villain in Transformers Rise of the Beasts, it is highly likely that the colossal Transformer will make another appearance in the upcoming film. The plot of Transformers 8 could revolve around the Autobots, Maximals, and G.I. Joes teaming up to prevent Unicron from devouring distant planets. This opens the door to exploring various other worlds and showcasing different species of Transformers, thereby expanding the overall lore of the franchise. Transformers 8 has the potential to introduce G.I. Joe characters into the film's universe, allowing the movie to delve into their capabilities and how they play a role in the story. While Stephen Caple Jr.'s plans seem primarily centered around the Transformers franchise, G.I. Joe is still expected to have a presence in some capacity. The inclusion in the sequel to Transformers Rise of the Beasts could serve as a point-of-view characters for the audience, providing insights as the film introduces new species of Transformers from different planets. Lastly, let's explain all of Transformers' upcoming movies. Not only does Paramount intend to make an 8th film, but also Transformers 9, which is currently in development and will serve as the conclusion to the new trilogy begun by Transformers Rise of the Beasts. As of now, there are no specific details available regarding the plot or cast of the upcoming Transformers movies. However, it is expected that Transformers 9 will delve further into the Beast Wars universe, possibly delving into the threat posed by Unicron, whose story was left unfinished in Rise of the Beasts. While Paramount has not yet announced a release date for Transformers 9, it is likely to hit theaters sometime around 2028 or 2029, unless it is filmed back-to-back with Transformers 8. Aside from the 1986 film, Transformers the Movie, Paramount is working on an animated Transformers film directed by Josh Cooley, best known for his work on Toy Story 4. The film has been in development for several years and is distinct from the other upcoming Transformers movies. Titled Transformers 1, it will focus on the classic Autobots vs. Decepticons battles, specifically exploring the origin stories of Optimus Prime and Megatron when they were younger bots. Chris Hemsworth will voice Optimus Prime, while Brian Tyree Henry will voice Megatron. The movie is set to hit theaters on September 12, 2024, and promises to delve into the relationship between the iconic characters. Well, if you want to know more about the upcoming Transformers movie, stay tuned with us by pressing the bell icon to catch all the upcoming information about the Transformer franchise. And what are your thoughts on the potential crossover between Transformers and G.I. Joe? Are you excited to see what the future holds for this franchise? Let me know in the comment section.